People of the world, welcome back to episode 401 of Send It Rising. Yes, this is a kimono, and we are in the new studio. On the docket today, we've got a 92-year-old grandma who has blown up on TikTok with a list of rules for her funeral, including get drunk and cry, but not too much. Also, Taliban ban on TikTok for misleading youth in Afghanistan. Only 23% of Afghani's population are internet users, and the Taliban has taken a hard stance against TikTok. There's a bug in Google Messages that could be draining your battery. Stay tuned to find more about that. Google spells the death of third-party call recording apps once and for all. We're going to see how Pixel is stopping calls from being recorded, at least from third-party apps. We've got something called Spam Brain that you may be interested in. Google releasing annual search spam report for my SEO folks out there. There's also a larger search ranking algorithm update that we're going to chat about. And last but not least, what is Elon Musk going to do with all that Twitter money, or perhaps all the money that he's going to lose? Top story of the day, 92-year-old grandma blown up on TikTok with a list of rules for her funeral, including get drunk and cry, but not too much. It just goes to show, as I have chatted with many people, a lot of them are older and they think, I don't want to be on TikTok. What's the point of me being on TikTok? They don't understand that you can go viral even at the ripe old age of 92. Lillian Droniak, according to news.yahoo.com, all links to all articles in the description, posts frequently on TikTok, went viral where she lists the 3 rules she wants people to follow at her funeral. I know it's a bit morbid, but life insurance is a pretty important thing. Don't take it for granted. She explains why she didn't want guests crying too much. Quote, don't make me a fool of yourself. She also told them to get drunk, adding, take a shot for me. What rules do you have for your funeral? Are these decent rules? I'm okay with people drinking at my funeral. They can do whatever they want. It should be a celebration, shouldn't it? I mean, in the end, it really should. Just goes to show, if you are interested in reels, whether they're Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, or Facebook Reels, personal or business, doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what you look like. There's this notion that you got to be the prettiest person in the room, the most handsome, the most chiseled with your abs. These things are not true, of course. You can go viral regardless of what you look like if you follow your truth. Bloomberg.com, Taliban banned TikTok app for misleading youth in Afghanistan. According to a Taliban spokesperson, TikTok was, quote, wasting people's time. ByteDance Limited's TikTok video app, according to Bloomberg, will be banned in Afghanistan as part of a moral policing drive by the ruling Taliban. A spokesman for the group said, quote, misleading the younger generation. TikTok's, quote, filthy content was not consistent with Islamic laws, he later said by phone. If you are in TikTok, obviously TikTok, ByteDance, is a Chinese-owned social media app. There have been folks out there that have said that as part of a larger conspiracy that the Chinese government is sending dumbed-down versions, or their algorithm is promoting stupid content for the United States, and the rest of the world, whereas in China, they are focusing on engineering, literacy, the arts, more sophisticated, better content. To the degree to which that is true, I have no idea, but I definitely have heard folks talking about it. Here we've got some folks in Afghanistan, clearly the Taliban, with strong feelings against it. The group's crackdown on TikTok, according to the article, the Chinese-owned social media app, is just one part of their stringent religious policing campaign, which includes suspending high school education for girls, forcing government workers to grow beards, and ordering taxi drivers to not allow women to travel more than 43 miles without a male family member. What do you think? YouTube.com/Send It Rising to leave a comment. Check us out on TikTok as well, TikTok.com/Send It Rising. There's a bug in Google Messages that might be draining your battery. According to Google, though, the fix is in. With all the apps that we tend to have running on our phones, it's a constant worry as to whether the battery will be drained throughout the day. This is from TheVerge.com. 9 to 5 Google reported originally that there was a bug in the Google messaging app on Android phones, left the camera running in the background, a great way to both heat up your phone and run down the battery. Apparently, they are fixing this, If you do find that your phone is unusually hot or the battery is running down quickly, it may not hurt to make sure your camera isn't still running. To do that, swipe the Messages app off the Recents view, which will close the app down. You can also deny permission to the camera by going Settings, Apps, Messages, Permissions, Camera, and selecting Don't Allow. I know that's a lot, but hopefully you're listening to this and you can go back in case you are experiencing this issue. Google spelling the death of third-party call recording apps. Clearly, we do not want our calls being recorded all the time and listened to by, say, even AI that then serves commercial content to us based on what we were saying. A lot of folks criticized Facebook Messenger for putting that data into circulation. You were chatting about wanting a taco and all of a sudden you're getting all these taco ads. That's because Google is reading your messenger and now you're getting taco ads. AndroidPolice.com reporting the Google phone app that comes pre-installed on the latest Pixel handsets and many other great Android phones has the capability to record calls in some regions, at least where it's legal. In the rest of the world and on phones that don't come with built-in capabilities, you'll have to rely on third-party apps for recording. However, this is the point. Looks like Google is going to crack down on those services, blocking them for many folks. There's a policy that is going to, quote, accessibility API is not designed and cannot be requested for remote call audio recording. This is from a new policy of theirs, which is to say that Google has an incentive for folks not to track phone calls, especially third party. There's a lot of liability there. And who wants their phone call tracked? I mean, if you really want to record somebody's call, there's a million different ways you can do it with another phone, something on your computer, etc. But I can see how that's problematic for Google to allow calls to be recorded. This is all part of Google Play Trust and Safety, which is like a brand, not a brand, or like a, how would you call it? Like a subdivision of Google, you could say. They are looking for more privacy. Obviously, that's a big deal for them. Moving right along. Google releases annual search spam report. So there are a number of things I learned by reading this article. There's something called Spam Brain. Google's AI is improving, and so it's able to eliminate, according to them, 99% of spam. Google has claimed a 70% reduction, according to search engine journal.com, in hacked spam and a 75% reduction in gibberish spam. So you got your hacked spam, you got your gibberish spam. All of them are in nice little tin cans that you can eat. They're salted meat. Using machine learning, this AI platform, according to the article, has become more effective at detecting and nullifying spam while evolving to address new spam types and prevent abuse. It includes the ability to identify sites that have been hacked or otherwise compromised to install harmful recording software on users' machines. This is really annoying if you are the owner of a website, and you probably are, because many times you will be hacked. You don't have Google Search Console on your site. You do not realize you have been hacked. Perhaps you even in a search result click and see that your site has been hacked. It's very nasty. Black Hat SEO professionals use these in an attempt to boost page rankings. This, again, from the article searchenginejournal.com. Sometimes even spending money on spam links to trick search engines into raising page rank quality scores. So there's a lot of fraud out there. Google's expanding its safety program in order to shut it down. Make sure that you are in Google Search Console. That is where Google is going to articulate the issues. Speaking of which, SERoundtable.com, larger Google search ranking algorithm update on the 20th and 21st. This is breaking news. There's a lot of folks in the world of SEO that have seen pretty substantial changes. The last confirmed update was the March 2022 product reviews update, and that just ended on the 11th. And so now we're into this particular update. A lot of trackers have found some pretty substantial jumps. If you have seen a decrease in your rankings in the last few days, you may want to check because, again, there's a Google search ranking algorithm update on the 20th and 21st. You may see some volatility. TheVerge.com, final article of the day. Thanks for swinging on by. Appreciate you spending time with us. YouTube.com/SendItRising. If you want to see me in a kimono in our new digs, new studio. Elon Musk has money to buy Twitter. Now what? According to TheVerge.com, Musk is planning to pay $21 billion himself. According to the article, the rest of the money, according to the letters of commitment, is coming from Morgan Stanley and assorted other banks. I don't know if Twitter has that much value, to be honest. I have been bearish on Twitter for quite a long time. A lot of folks are very upset with Twitter, and I don't see it. I see TikTok on the rise. I'm not bearish, or I'm not bullish on Facebook either, to be honest. But Elon Musk doing some crazy stuff. He was invited to the board. He said, no, I don't want to be on the board. And then he tweeted, is Twitter dying? The top accounts aren't tweeting. And that's a major issue. If you've got the Barack Obamas and the Taylor Swifts of the world, top 10 Twitter accounts, and they don't tweet, what's the point? The second offer is a $12.5 billion personal loan against Musk's Tesla stock. Whoa, that's wild. Can you imagine being a Tesla shareholder and then Elon Musk is looking at $12.5 billion personal loan to buy Twitter? This is wild. Absolutely wild. I don't know. I think it's a step in the wrong direction. There are a lot of people who believe that Twitter, under Musk's direction, will allow for more free speech. There's a large portion of the United States that fervently believes that, and they tell me so on TikTok and other social media platforms. I don't know. I think it's rough. It's rough because legacy social media sites are hard to come by, which is to say, do you remember Ask Jeeves? Do you remember MySpace? Do you remember all of these sites that we thought would be ubiquitous and always there, and they don't necessarily stand the test of time? The kids don't have Facebook accounts. You know what I mean? And I just don't see Twitter's path to sustainable revenue over time. Call me crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at all the articles one by one. 92-year-old grandma blown up on TikTok. Point of this article, obviously, is that you can do it. You shouldn't be afraid to just go on TikTok, to do reels. Again, you should be... Look, I'm creating reels every day on Facebook Personal, Facebook Business, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and I probably forgot one. So doing the reels marathon every day is getting thousands and thousands of views for me personally, and you can too. So dive in if you're not already doved in. It's definitely not the right way to say that. Taliban banning TikTok app for misleading youth. I mean, social media and global politics are one and the same at this point. We've never had so many global companies. And with TikTok, now China's in the fold. Very interesting to see how our politics and the way we exist as one human species globally is made manifest in things like the Taliban saying, we're not going to allow it. The Talibanning TikTok. A bug in Google Messages might be draining your battery. Ugh, it's always something, isn't it? You can't just make it throughout the day without some issue presenting itself. Maybe Google Messages is draining your battery, but according to Google, the fix is in, so do not fret. Google spelling the death of third-party apps. They don't want folks recording calls on their devices. This makes sense. That's why they're fighting against it. So Google releasing an annual search spam report. It is likely that if you are hacked, it's major bad news for you. Again, install Google Search Console on your website. Make sure that you know when you've been hacked. That being said, you can trust most Google search results because they're the best search engine by far. But you already knew that. Larger Google search ranking algorithm update on April 20th and the 21st. If you see volatility in your rankings, it is most likely because of that. And then finally, Elon Musk diving into Twitter. Is it a good move? This guy does not think so. Ladies and gentlemen, episode 401 in the books. Thanks for swinging on by. If you want to see me barefoot on a longboard, tiktok.com/SendItRising. If you want to see me wearing a kimono, youtube.com/SendItRising. Here I am. If you want to be a guest on the show, shoot us an email, info@senditrising.com. That's info@senditrising.com. You guys know the drill. Send It Rising. WordPress websites, gorgeous, stunning websites for way cheaper than they should be. Incredible search engine results in the rankings. We've seen 13, 14, 1,500 position increases lately because we've really... You know what? I need to figure out the past tense of dive. Doven. Is doven a word? We've dived in to schema, and it's working really well for us. And, of course, social media. One of my employees, Shali, has over 1 million likes on TikTok. So are you interested in being an influencer? We can help with that as well. Info@senditrising.com. Thank you so much for swinging by the show. We'll see y'all next time. Bye for now.